In terms of women entrepreneurship, we have 12,000 women and youth in our organization, our foundation, Dawood Global Foundation. And the key that we've done is we began with the traditional bottom-to-top approach that most developmental agencies use, but found that no matter how successful we were, we could not tip more than one economic tier above the tier we focused on. So if we focus on grassroots, we focus on lower middle class, we could only get up one notch. So we decided to flip the model and begin with a very unusual top-to-bottom approach, and began in March 8, 2008, International Women's Day, with Pakistan's first ever awards and recognition for women. These were the Ladies Fund Women's Entrepreneurship Awards, which today are simply the Ladies Fund Women's Awards, as they also include Women of the Year and other recognitions of women throughout the nation, in addition to pure entrepreneurs. We also give scholarships at the grassroots level. What's interesting about our top-to-bottom approach is that it allowed entrepreneurship and women achievement to be glamorized. Then we compounded that, we added to that by having entrepreneurship conferences that gave world-class training to women, showcasing rags to riches women's achievement in Pakistan, Pakistani women's achievement alongside men as A-team players. This was critical because this created iconic women role models, which has played and proven to play a great role in encouraging and inspiring other women in the nation to not only see that it's been done, but know that they can do it, and know that there's not only role models but mentors available for them to facilitate this process. So that's the unusual way we've gone about it, and we originally focused on urban middle class to high society, but we've actually now already got lower middle class to high society, in addition to, of course, the scholarships we give to the grassroots level. The results were instant in terms of cultural shift. From the very first awards we had in 2008, we saw an immediate change in not only women's attitudes towards their achievement, but their husbands and fathers and sons, alongside their daughters and mothers, campaign for them. These awards are very competitive, very respected. In addition to that, our trainings have led to many, many people getting jobs, facilitating, doing trade with other people. There's been large numbers of people finding mentors through our forums, internships, as well as basic guidance on business plans, elevator pitches, and of course, tweaking their business to get funding, using social media to scale up their businesses. And now we even did an innovative new panel recently on sole proprietorships versus partnerships. Should you balance your strengths and weaknesses with a partner, or should you be a sole proprietor? And if so, what are the other ways you can get a market or cutting edge? No. So far, everyone has been encouraging and supportive of that because, as mentioned in my speech earlier today, Hazrat Khadija, the wife of the Prophet, was his boss and an entrepreneur who was a very rich woman who helped fund the early days of Islam. So many, many women cite that as an example, and we remind each other that it is a religious birthright, the right to entrepreneurship and education for women. Also, keep in mind we're still very urban Karachi and Sialkot and Lahore and Islamabad. The more northern areas are where you'll face much more religious obstacles. I also run an asset management company, Dawood Capital Management, in which case we manage the funds of individuals and corporates. One of the things we've done there is facilitate women investment and women's savings and growth. Initially, a lot of women in Pakistan have invested in gold and kept money as cash. It's a very cash-based economy. In addition to that, people want halal or Sharia investments for their funds. So even if fashion designers may be designing and putting women in very interesting and sometimes revealing outfits on the catwalk, they're still very committed to Sharia investments for their money. So in Dawood Capital Management, we have a Sharia division to answer those needs.